This is my off the cuff rant about how gamers ruin the gaming industry. I'm not going to be too in depth about it. I've already covered this on my website. But if you're interested in me responding to rebuttals, I'm willing to do that. These videos are simple for me to do. It essentially comes down to gamers are artisans that bemoan the cost of their Zen. Okay. And somehow the best price eludes those who think themselves as this arbitrary piety. It's arbitrary. Video gaming is an arbitrary activity, is not inherently good, is not imperfect in any way. Um, because gamers are cheap, uh, they don't contribute. They wait for sales. They'll after the fact. They don't go so far as to pay what the developers need to make good content. That's why we have microtransactions. Um, Guys, you can't inflation and then your inability to imagine a place that doesn't require a lot of pixels to reconstitute what you're in search of. Um, those are people that don't have anything because it's a pie in the sky view of being a protagonist, right? In a way that distracts you. And yet, you should be paying way more for games. You should ask the developers how much does this game actually have to cost, where it's a AAA experience, no bugs, and just copious amounts of content. How do we just bake that all into one package like they used to be in the 80s, in the 70s, into the 90s to a degree? Um, it's not, you're not a charity. Gaming is not a charity except for the self, right? Taking me time to distract yourself. But as the distraction wanes, it becomes work. And why do you want to pay full price for something that feels like work? You understand? I understand the gaming industry. I understand it. Okay? It's not a big deal. You guys keep farting around about it. You know what? Activists like to play games. They like to buy games, not necessarily play them. And yet you support the industry that you purport to love. Hey, you gotta let something go, man. You love the gaming industry. Let it go. Let it collapse. Okay. Let the dust settle, and then you can see new seeds germinating. A new something better than Nintendo, something better than Microsoft, something better than Sony. Real grassroots shit, right? You gotta start from scratch, just like in the '80s, in '84 with the crash. Okay, the it's like kicking a dead horse. Is it or a dead dog? You're just kicking dead dogs, man. That's your fun, kicking dead dogs. That's interesting because that's what the gaming industry feels like, kicking dead dogs.